All right. Welcome in, everyone. Get ready. We are diving deep into the world of numerology today.
Yes, we are.
Specifically, the energy and meaning behind the number one.
It's a powerful one.
Yeah. And, for anyone who's already into numerology,
Hmm.
it can be super fascinating to kind of break down what each number symbolizes.
It really is.
And today, of course, we're focusing on the number that I think really resonates with leadership,
Yeah,
ambition,
big time.
that drive to just create.
Absolutely. Those are all big number one energies.
Yeah, and this is this is your life path number, right?
That's right. Yeah. So numerology is basically this idea that numbers hold symbolic meanings
Okay.
and they can offer insights into our personalities, our life paths.
Right.
And it uses a bunch of different calculations based on your birth date, your name, all that good stuff
Gotcha.
to reveal these deeper meanings.
Okay, so let's get into this. When we talk about number one, like what kind of personality traits come to mind?
I mean, picture those people who just naturally take charge, right? Like
Sure.
walk into a room and they just kind of have that, I got this energy.
Yeah.
That's a lot of times, that's number one.
Yeah.
They're ambitious, they're driven, super independent, they blaze their own trail.
Yeah, it's like that friend, right, that always plans the trips,
Yes.
or is not afraid to pitch an idea in a meeting.
Always stepping up.
They just have this natural leadership, I think, that draws people to them.
Yeah, it's very magnetic, and it's not just about taking charge, though. It's
Okay.
also this deep desire to create, to innovate, to leave their mark on the world.
I see.
So think about entrepreneurs launching groundbreaking startups,
Right.
artists pushing the boundaries. Like they're all driven by that core number one energy.
It's interesting because when I think about it, like even looking at some of the people, right, some of the famous figures who share this life path number,
Oh, yeah, there are some big ones.
it's like you've got Elon Musk revolutionizing space travel, Oprah building a media empire,
Mm-hmm.
Nelson Mandela leading a nation to freedom.
Inspiring stuff.
These are just a few examples, and they're all so different.
So diverse, right? But it's that underlying drive, that
Yeah.
determination to make a difference that connects them.
Right, right. That makes a lot of sense. And I think a lot of people listening are probably like, okay, well, how do I figure out what my number is?
Yeah, that's the first question everyone has.
Right.
It's actually pretty simple, though. You just reduce your birth date down to a single digit.
Right.
So, like, let's say you were born on December 12th, 1984.
Okay.
You would add 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 4,
Mm-hmm.
which equals 28. Then you reduce 28 to 2 plus 8,
Gotcha.
which equals 10. And then finally, 1 plus 0 gives you your life path number, which in this case would be 1.
Interesting. Okay, so anyone listening can do that super easy calculation.
Exactly. It's fun to play around with.
So, okay, we've talked about kind of the good stuff, the
Yes.
strengths, right? But like with any strength, there's got to be some weaknesses, some challenges.
Oh, for sure. Every rose has its thorns, right?
What are some of the potential pitfalls that maybe someone with a number one life path might encounter?
Well, because number ones are such natural leaders, that strength can sometimes become a challenge.
How so?
Well, they have this strong vision and this desire for control,
Okay.
which can make delegation a bit of a struggle.
Ah,
And their unwavering self-belief, while super empowering, can sometimes tip over into stubbornness or impatience.
so it's like having a super powerful engine. You got to know how to handle it.
Exactly. You need the right skills to harness all that energy.
So how can someone with a number one life path kind of navigate those potential roadblocks and really make the most of their strengths?
I think finding that balance is key.
Right.
Learning to delegate effectively is huge. Understanding that trusting others doesn't diminish your own leadership.
Right.
And then tempering that strong sense of self with empathy and collaboration. That can make for much smoother relationships.
Right.
And then cultivating patience, realizing that not everything has to happen at warp speed.
That's a tough one, especially for number ones.
It can be, but it's so worth it.
Right, because it's not a race. Right.
Exactly. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
I like that. So we talked earlier about ideal careers, right? For number ones,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, entrepreneurs, leaders, even politicians, those all seem like obvious fits.
Yeah, they often thrive in those roles.
But artist kind of stood out to me
Yeah.
as maybe not so obvious. Like, why would that be a good fit?
Well, remember, number ones are super creative.
Oh, right.
They have that unique vision and the drive to bring it to life.
Okay.
So whether it's painting, music, design, whatever, art becomes this outlet for them to express their individuality, to
Yeah.
create something new, make a statement.
Right.
That need for self-expression It's just as powerful for them as it is for a CEO launching a new company.
I see. Okay, so big picture. Those in the number one path, they're ambitious, they lead, they've got that unstoppable drive.
They do. They're a force to be reckoned with.
They can achieve amazing things, but they might need to work on that delegation, practice a little patience, and maybe balance out that strong sense of self with some empathy.
All good points to keep in mind.
Yeah, well, this has been really interesting.
It's fascinating stuff, right?
And I'm curious, knowing what you now know about number ones, think about the people you admire.
Yeah.
Do you see any of these traits in them?
I bet you do.
That's a good question to think about. And maybe this has kind of sparked your curiosity about numerology.
Maybe it has.
And if so, I mean, there's a whole world of numbers waiting to be explored.
There really is.
But that's it for our deep dive today. So until next time, keep diving deeper.
Keep on exploring, folks.